Now let's start with the application integration or onboarding. Some organization will call it as application onboarding. Some people will call it as application integration. So likewise, now let's see what are all the things that we need to understand to onboard or integrate an application with Okta for single sign-on. This is nothing, but people will say, I want to onboard this application to Okta. Or they will say, I want to enable single sign-on for my application with the help of Okta. Or some people will say, I want to integrate my application with Okta for single sign-on. Likewise, different people will come in different terms. They will come with different terms. That's why I have given integration/onboarding. So two things, whenever they are coming to you as an Okta admin for integrating or onboarding an app, the first thing is you need to understand whether that is a custom application or the application that is available in Okta integration network. So how we can identify custom application and Okta integration network application? First thing is, let's say, for example, there is an app team. They are reaching you. You don't know about that app, what that app is doing. You don't know what exactly that application is used for. You don't know anything. You have to ask them few questions. What does this application is all about? Before you are integrating it. As an Okta admin, you have to ask these questions. What does this application is all about? What is the purpose of this application? Whether this application is a cloud-based, because many applications are coming as a cloud application right now. For example, Okta. Okta. It's an application that has been hosted in the cloud, so you're getting just an instance and working on it. Likewise, there are many applications which has been hosted in cloud, and they will just give you an instance. Likewise, you need to ask them whether it's a cloud application or it's an application that we have hosted in our on-premise data centers. That you need to ask them first question. Second question is, what are all the protocols that your application supports? What is protocol? What is protocol? Protocol, in the sense there will be a unique security feature support for each and every application. For example, one application supports SAML. SAML is a protocol used for integrating to applications that will be used for single sign-on. There is another method called OIDC, OpenID Connect. People will call it as OIDC. So this OIDC will be used for some set of applications to enable single sign-on. So these are the protocols available in the market. So you need to talk with the application team to understand what is the protocol that your application supports. The first question is whether it's a cloud-based application or the application that has been hosted in your data center. First question. Second question is you need to ask which protocol that application supports. And maybe there are a few additional questions you can ask. For example, does your application hold any sensitive information or any sensitive data? For example, there will be multiple tools that is available where they will maintain the sensitive data or maybe some personal information data also. For example, some application has been categorized as PII application. Personal information identification information will be stored in that application, which means your phone number. your employee's phone number, your employee's unique identified number, maybe passport or other card or PAN card, like that. If you go to Western countries, there'll be an ID called some number. They will call it as some security number. So that security number will be linked to all other IDs. So whenever you are joining an organization in Western countries, they will ask you a security number. You have to get the security number. So those security numbers will be maintained in some applications for some purposes. So to protect those applications, you need to ask them a question, whether you hold such kind of data or not. If they hold such kind of data, we need to give some additional options to them, saying that please enable MFA multi-factor authentication or please enable location-specific authentication, which means if anyone is trying to log into that application from office, then only they will be allowed to access that application. If they access it from their home or if they access it from their personal laptop, personal device, block those details. So, likewise, you can add some additional questions to them, additional points to them, but these are the two basic questions to all the organization. If you're going to integrate an application, first question is whether it's on cloud-based or on-prem-based application. Second question is which protocol that application supports. These are two things. So based on this, we can decide, we can plan how we can onboard an application to Okta. From the first question, if it is a cloud-based application, they said it's a cloud application. I bought it from a particular vendor. Like that they will say. Then what you need to do is, if it is a cloud-based application, there is a 99% of chance that application is available in Okta Integration Network. If it is not a cloud application, if it is an on-prem application, there is 10% of chance that application is available in Okta Integration Network. For example, SailPoint. So SailPoint will be an on-prem application. But you have an option. But you have an Okta Integration Network application available in Okta. Okay, likewise, there'll be 10% of chance that that application configuration is available in Okta Integration Network for on-prem based applications. But 90% of the cloud applications will be there in Okta Integration Network for sure. Okay, I will tell you for a few examples. Okay, O365 all your Outlook Teams, everything. So that is hosted in Microsoft Cloud. Okay, Azure Cloud. So that is available in an Okta Integration Network. Next one is Workday. Okay, that is a cloud-based application that is hosted somewhere and we are just getting the instance and working okay. And Zoom application. So you're meeting Zoom, right? So that application. That is also a cloud-hosted application. It is hosted somewhere and we are getting the session for us and we are using it. Okay, likewise. Likewise, there are plenty of cloud applications that is used currently in each and every organization. So based on that you can decide whether it will be available in. But as an admin suggestion of what I'm saying, right, whatever the application that comes, okay, get some knowledge about that application. And search that application name in this Okta Integration Network. If it is available, go ahead and integrate like this. With Okta Integration Network. Or else. The second option is custom application integration. We need to give all the details from the scratch. Okay, we need to give what is the URL. What is the details that the application require? What is the protocol that the application will be supporting? So we have to select manually everything, okay. That's why we have given us two types of application integrations available. First one is for custom applications which is not available in any of the cloud or any of the open source or anything. And I mean another thing is which is not available in the Okta integration network. Simple as that, okay. And the second type is OAuth and based application. So if that application is supported by OAuth, you can directly go ahead and integrate with it. Before jumping into sign-on methods that supports right, I'll give you some overview how the SSO works, okay. I will start from the legacy SSO model. Like, let's say, 15 or 20 years back, how SSO was working and how it is getting converted right now.